This film contains adult language. There are 17 swear words carefully placed throughout. Kids, can you find them?
This is Sparta! Fatality.
Welcome to episode number 40. Let me look it up. Give me a second. 407. 407 UFO Buster Radio news reports on all over the place, I guess. And I think we're quickly reaching 600 episodes altogether. Where the fuck does the time go? Jeez, Louise, in the hell is going on? And I still am not getting any closer to solving anything, nor have I sold enough t-shirts to prove a point. That's just the way it freaking goes. God damn it. This is the Blue Collar UFO. I was thinking about this today, by the way. This is the Blue Collar UFO show. And I used to say that all the time way in the beginning. Blue fucking collar. Because we swear. Really, that's really the crux of it, right? Number one, everything that you listen to in other UFO shows is all highbrow. They all walk around with a steel yardstick up their ass. And so they're, they think they're the shit. That's the way they do it. And they don't want to curse, of course not. They don't want to say an F word or shit or damn you or damn that because it's beneath them. But I am completely blue collar. I hate fucking Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Who the fuck cares about hump day? Thursday, Friday really is the best day, but only after about 3 p.m. Anything leading up to that, it fucking sucks. But that's why I'm blue collar, man. That's the way it is. You guys know this. If you started your work week on Monday, it sucked like hell. Yeah, because you were accomplished. You did something on Friday, Monday through Friday, and then Monday came around and they slapped you with a bunch of new shit that fucking sucks. Anyway, well, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you've made it to the podcast. This is the podcast. Today we talk about UFOs, aliens, and all kind of crazy news that we come across. And there's some good ones today. There are some good ones. We got something out of the Soviets, the Russians, the Roscosmonauts. Why can't they make up their fucking mind? Are they cosmonauts or Roscosmonauts? Or Roscosmos? I don't even get it anymore. They take one fucking name. Do you guys ever see the Americans change their freaking titles? No. Keep the shit. One. That's all we need. Now we got a story out of Netflix. Holy cow. I'm jealous of this documentary. I'm going to be honest. It is an amazing documentary. I haven't even seen the fucking thing yet. I just read about it. And I'm going to inform you about it. But after the podcast, I am running to Netflix. And I'm going to check this bitch out. Because I think it is extraordinary. It is. You'll find out about that in a moment. And then the last one. The damn bases on the moon are back again. We need to have some kind of a riot. We just need to have a fucking riot and just go, as they say, balls to the wall on this whole moon stuff. I get stuck. It drives me insane. Why? Come on, stop fucking around. Either we do or we don't. Either we do or we don't. We'll talk about that. That'll be the last one for today. We'll leave in the episode in a kind of a crazy situation. Anyway, just to recap the Dark Horde episode number, I don't know, was this past Saturday. And there was an overwhelming amount of news regarding the fact that haunted places are getting the old treatment without the Vaseline because of Wuhan and COVID-19. Listen, we got to call it the way it is. Fucking China did this. And now all of our favorite haunts, this Bugs is acting up behind me, this coming fall are going to shit to hell in the handbasket. Most of the stories were, hey, really support these places because, you used to go to these places when you were kids, and now you got kids, and you should try to keep these places alive, right? You should. A perfect example of that was this weekend. The Norm and the Babe, they went over to the Clown Hotel. Tons of pictures on Discord. Not the place I would like to stay in overnight. No. Especially surrounded by all them cats. And wherever there's cats, there's trouble. I'm just saying. But definitely basically he was an example of what people are saying. These guys are being mistreated or forgotten or left to die. But I guess it was at haunted places is okay. But I mean, basically what I'm saying is that there's no support for them. Not even in the whole paycheck protection program. They were kind of left out in the dark, as you say. Or I just said, actually. So it was just fascinating, though, that the Norm went out there and he supported this place, went out there, checked it out, stayed there. And it's exactly what the problem is going on with all these places. Sure, the big places are going to have all the money. They're going to put their little drive-through scare-a-thon together. But what about the mom and pop place? The places that have the real ghosts, not the fake actor ones, the ones that have the real hauntings, the devils, demons, poltergeists, the places where people have been dying at, 30, 40,000 people died at one of those places. Those are the real haunts. Those are the ones you need to keep alive. Anyway, enough of that. I just had to get that off my chest, as they say. I want to say what's up to the guys that are in the chat. David, Green Man. We got Dre in there from South Texas. Hey, look who's here. Carlo. What's up, Carlo? And let's see. The Norm. The Norm is here. Speak of the devil, as they say. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Play the first track. All three tracks are new. See, I speak a little bit like up north, and everything comes out all fucked up. All right, here we go. First track.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
By the way, that's another Bond movie from back in the day, with From Russia with Love. Yeah. Could you guess what the first story is? It's the Russians, the Ruskies. And really, I was going to put one of my favorite Russian songs on, but I spaced out. Space guest. Russian cosmonaut captures possible UFO footage from the ISS. Ivan Vagner. I expected something like Volkov. Like, what was that guy? Nikolai Volkov from wrestling back in the day. No, not Wagner. Wagner sounds more like German, like Wagner. He's fucking confused. Capture video of mysterious lights which appear flying alongside with the same distance, he said in the tweet. Here's the first thing I thought. I said to myself this. I actually looked at the video like 10,000 times. I'm like, what is he talking about? What is Ivan Nikolai Volkov talking about? It makes no damn sense to me. What is he pointing at? Please, can someone give this to me in English? Can someone? But then, all of a sudden, I saw... I swear these things look like they could be the Starlink satellites, but I don't know if these Starlinks show up where this showed up. So he captures 1 minute video, right, from the ISS, and it was of what they call the aurora australis, which is the aurora borealis, but from the southern part of the hemisphere, down there, down under. What a great video, first of all, just to see the aurora borealis. It looks like something out of a fucking Disney movie, to be honest. When Mickey Mouse was up there doing all the magic shit, on the mountain and stuff. That's what it looked like. It just looks magical. It doesn't even look real. It is crazy, but the footage is nuts. Now, like I said, I saw this a few times, and I'm like, he's fucking drunk. They've got the best vodka. He's drunk. I just know this. He's on the ISS. We sent up all this stuff on the Crew Dragon. Half of that shit was vodka. I guarantee you. But anyway, I digress. At the moment, let me not get into libations. So it turns out that at the 12-second mark, and I'm like, Ivan, come on, comrade. Why are you giving me a minute freaking video talking about damn UFOs and the shit happens in the first 12 seconds? You won't even say that. No, he doesn't. He doesn't say that. So finally, when I figured out it was in the first 12 seconds, bada bing, there it is. Weird. It just shows up and disappears. It really, to be honest, back in the day when, people were reporting, astronauts, should I say, not people, because they're not regular people, they're superstars. When astronauts were reporting UFOs and they were taking pictures of them, it was like it was an image from the back, behind them, reflecting on the glass from whatever they were, the ISS or some fucking capsule, or taking pictures from the space shuttle. There was some flash in the background, some instrument or something that would show up in the film or the digital picture that was happening from inside the cabin where they were. This could be the issue here. This really could be the issue because it's just really weird. So anyway, if you go, you look at this. If you look at the article, actually, you can look at the video if you haven't seen it already because it's kind of like all over the place. And there it is, 12 seconds. Just wait for the 12 fucking seconds. The rest of the video is just magical, to be honest. So he had to be on some vodkas. So it is a time-lapse video. And these objects just flash. So who knows how long it really was there. I mean, this was a time-lapse video. But he wrote in his tweet, what do you guys think those are? Meteors, satellites, or question mark. First of all, dude, Vagnovsky, you're Russian. You do not make claims like this when you're from Russia. We just had stories of some opposition leader being poisoned. A few years ago, somebody else had some, what the fuck did they do? They put some kind of radioactive material in their home, and they were killed off by radioactive material. Yeah, they don't screw around. But here's the weird thing. First of all, you don't really see very much of this, right? You don't see cosmonauts or Roscosmos. You don't see these guys get out of line. Thanks, Bugs. Not very often, you know. But he actually took this and he reported it. He made an official report to Roscosmos, and they apparently are going to take this and they're going to send it to the Space Research Institute of Russian Academy of Sciences, and they are going to actually go to the videotape. They're going to sit there and examine what this is. They're going to try to figure it out. Get down to the bottom of it. They actually have a quote in here. It's too early. I'm sure this had a really heavy accent. But it says it's too early to make conclusions until our Roscosmos researchers and scientists at the Russian Space Research Institute of Russian Academy of Sciences, please somebody shorten that, tells us what they think. It was decided to hand over those materials to experts who will tell us what that was in their opinion. Nobody has a fucking opinion about it. Come on. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? You think you found something fascinating. You found a UFO and you want to examine it. That's come on, let's be honest here. So now, again, they seem to be always following the U.S. when it comes to this, you know. I mean, last year we tightened up the reporting of UAPs because they're not UFOs anymore. The U.S. Navy said so. Department of Defense. We're buttoning this up. Let's make some real reporting. And now here we go. Mr. Cosmonaut. Ivan Vagner. He's going to show everyone that they can also report UFOs and not fear being killed or being dealt with, Russian style. So that's the story right now. So they have this in their official records. They are examining. How much can you examine this shit? I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe they have some raw footage. You know, they can probably slow this shit down quite a bit to figure out where the hell this came from or how it got there. But I'm going to be honest. It's probably going to go nowhere. And we definitely will not hear about it again, I'm sure. It's gone. Now, it's funny that all the other guys on the ISS aren't saying a damn thing about it. Neither is NASA, because they know better. This is the one thing about ufology that they really takes advantage about it being, you know, so many ufologists here in America, because you can say whatever the fuck you want, right? You could lobby the Congress and not end up dead in a week. You can go out there and say there's a damn cabal going bananas, and you still live. You won't be poisoned. You won't be taken out like in a mob hit somewhere. No, you'll be okay. You'll be just fine and dandy, and you'll continue to rubber dick us with your crazy ufology stories and theories. But if you did that in Russia, you might be in for a treat. Game-ending treat. That's that story there. The link is in the description. So is the video. The video itself, to be honest, if you don't even look at it for those stupid dots, just look at it because of the aurora. It is fascinating, I'm telling you. It's hard to believe that kind of stuff happens in our space over our planet. It's just, it really is amazing. Check out this track.
Bueno, sí, estamos aquí guarachando, descargando. ¡Ajá!
That's funny because I was looking for some tracks to play for today. I was like, God damn, fucking Monday. But wouldn't it be great if we can bring in our one of our best vacations to the Caribbean or something like that, where we had a good time. It was easy going, and this is the kind of music you heard just playing at every fucking corner, everywhere you went. I couldn't resist. Could not resist it at all.
Don't fucking scream at me.
Where's
you
the money?
Fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and...
Somewhere you were thinking, well, that transition, Manny, that was not good. That was not good. Arnold cursing like that. He's horrible, I know, but we gotta love him. Gotta love the Austrian, man. He's fantastic. This story that I'm about to tell you, you guys who have Netflix, and even those of you who don't, run out and do like a free thing, if you can, if you haven't already done that. Because this is crazy. This is bananas. The title of this article is "The Man Who Tried to Contact Aliens from His Grandma's Living Room." When I saw it, I was like, what in the hell is going on? Why? First of all, why is he living with his grandparents? Number one, was he that bad of a kid? I don't know. I really don't get into that in this particular article. But however, there's a documentary that follows a 30-year quest by a space enthusiast. And no, it's not Pareidolia Pete. It's not Scott C. Waring. It's John Shepard. Yeah, John Shepard had this thing. Back in the mid-60s, he was living in Michigan, and he was thinking of ways of how he can contact E.T. Now, what an imagination, right? Where did he get the idea, anyway, of contacting aliens? It's beyond me. But apparently, there was a show that kind of triggered this for him. And there's a quote from him, from John Shepard himself. It says, "It was round about the time that a show called The Outer Limits was on television." He says, "I remember being fascinated by the idea of someone building a instrument to explore the mysterious phenomenon that is extraterrestrial life." Amazing. Completely amazing. We were just talking about it the other day. About how people back in the day who were ufologists, really, the real ones, the ones, how is it that we always go back to the old days and those were the real people? Isn't that crazy? Like you'll be doing things, my grandparents, they knew how to really do this. Well, it's the same thing with ufology, right? Because people would actually camp out and do shit. Be out there waiting to spot a UFO after reporting, see if they came back for a little bit more, probing. Anyway, in 1972, from the living room of his grandparents' house, he began chasing his dream by broadcasting a series of electronic tones and pulses towards the stars. A 30-year journey that he called Project STRAT, which stands for Special Telemetry Research and Tracking. Crazy. Well, not so much. Here's someone that took the bull by the horns, and he did something. He didn't just sit around looking at NASA pictures. He built something, and when you see the picture that is the episode logo, it is a picture of him. It's a picture of John in front of one of his contraptions. Shit, that thing is fucking huge. Like, he meant business. He really meant business. He was not playing around. He was determined to contact E.T. He had very little money. He actually got parts from military surplus sales. And he also went to wholesale electrical warehouses nearby in Traverse City. And he continued to collect the material he needed to put this together. And basically, what he ended up with was a 2-story, 150,000 volt output stage that he mounted on a pair of tall metal towers made from salvaged metal that included dismantled ski lift. I mean, this guy was not playing around, to be honest. And in the living room, he had scientific equipment that he arranged floor to ceiling along one wall. Amazing. It's just speechless. It just leaves me speechless that someone would go to this extent and do this kind of research and build a machine like this to reach the stars. But yet we have people in science who spend billions of dollars and probably back then in the 60s did not do any better at sending messages into space than John Shepard did. Completely nuts. There's another quote in here from John Shepard that says, often people passing by at night in their cars could see a bank of lights blinking in the living room, of course, of his grandparents' house, and they'd pull over and stare. He says, maybe they had been watching The Outer Limits too, and they were wondering what was going on. I remember some people even thought we had built a Russian spy system. This is back in the 60s. Unfortunately, in 1998, due to a lack of dinero, dollars, money, income, salary, he ended up having to take the lab apart. But he didn't get rid of it, right? It's all in storage, and it's there where it sits even today during this documentary that's on Netflix. In the Netflix documentary, he takes the director, he takes him through that storage, and they go through it, and he points out a lot of the equipment, and he tells him what it was for. It is amazing. He says in another quote, he says he misses it. He says, I really do, but I saved it all. It's like a collection of beautiful objects waiting. The documentary came out last Thursday on Netflix. It is actually a short film, and it's called John Was Trying to Contact Aliens. It actually won a prize for Best Documentary Short at the Sundance Festival. How did they even have one? Fucking COVID-19. This must have been like over a year ago. It was shot and edited and directed by Matthew Killip, and he is the son of the revered British documentary photographer Chris Killip. Amazing. It is only 16 minutes long. 16 minutes. They took 30 years of trying to contact aliens into 16 minutes. I saw a clip of this. Actually, if you go into the description, you go to that link, this news article actually has the trailer for, how can you make a trailer for a 16-minute film? I fucking don't know. Most trailers are 4 minutes? Well, I'm not going to go there. But you look at the trailer, fantastic work. I can't wait to see this. Something everyone should check out, because it really is, it's empowering, to be honest. This is what you do. Whether it is going out there, going out there and researching, asking questions, visiting places that interest you, or building contraptions like this to say, God damn it, I'm not going to wait for disclosure. I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me that ghosts are real. I'm going to find out myself. I'm going to build something. I'm going to start something. I'm going to research. I'm going to put boots on the ground. That's the way it should be. And someone told me a long time ago that ufology, paranormal, ghost hunting, all of that is a grassroots movement, and that is the only way that it's going to move forward. And John, he's an example of that. One more article to go. But check this out.
Club will go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music, energies like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Touching me around my neck, got chills down my back. You do it right, the way you're holding me. No, I don't want this moment to stop. No need to fight it, I cannot hide it. We won't regret it, so come with me. Maybe we're meant to be a perfect melody, and I don't want this moment to stop. To go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. Making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't.
Last article for tonight. It looks like we've taken quite a trip, right? We started out with Russians in space, drunk as hell on damn vodka, seeing UFOs. Gotta love that. You know, I'm okay with that. You know, get the vodka, see whatever the hell you want, have a good time. Then we took a little bit of trip down to the Caribbean with the music. I don't know about you, but I feel good after that. That was pretty... kind of lightened the mood, as they say, of the gloomy-ass damn Mondays. And now, we're going to take our customary trip to space with the one and only Scott C. Waring, Pareidolia Pete. Now, the reason I'm doing this one specifically is because Pareidolia Pete says there's alien bases on the moon, right? And the article says, alien base on the moon proves ET owns lunar satellite. Bizarre claim. Alien hunters have claimed to have discovered a base on the... This fucking headline is crazy, as long as hell. On the moon, which is supposedly proof that extraterrestrials own the lunar satellite. So what? Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So Pareidolia Pete goes up. He looks at pictures. And these really, to me, you guys can click on this article and look at it yourself. It doesn't look like a base. It looks like a jacked up fucking crater. That's all it looks like. I don't see a base there, Pareidolia Pete. I just don't. But of course he goes on to the UFO sightings blog, and he talks about he found an alien base on the moon. It's 100% proof of aliens own the moon, blah, 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 blah. He just goes on, just going bananas about it. And then he even goes as far as to say that there are millions of bases all over the moon. No, idiot. Those are called craters. Impact craters, as a matter of fact. That's what those are. But he says they're bases. Now, the funny thing about the moon, and this is the only reason why I bring up this particular article, right? Because I have spoken to people many times about aliens, right? UFOs, aliens, they go together, right? Hand in hand. But the weird thing is that you will look at someone and you'll talk about aliens and they will give you that skeptical look like, fruitcake, That look when someone shows up to your house with a big ass piece of fruitcake. For many people is a look of disgust. But when you say the moon, they get that wild-eyed look like you're staring something weird in the core of their soul. I don't know if it's because it's attached to NASA in the early days, the Apollo missions. I don't know if there's a hidden conspiracy that has somehow made it into the fabric of everyone's DNA when it comes to the moon. It is the weirdest thing, but people will actually buy into alien moon bases more than they would buy into aliens visiting the planet and probing the shit out of everybody. It is so strange. Is it because it's not part of, it's not the Earth? Is it you can only believe that there be aliens somewhere else? Maybe that's what it is. Because it's not happening on the planet, it's on our satellite, our moon, then yes, there it is possible. You can have a fucking armada. You can have a base. I mean, you could have like the probing lounge where they take all the humans, probe them, and bring them back to their place. Maybe that's more believable than people having alien experiences here. It just amazes me. Pareidolia Pete, he's in that category as well, but he's on a different level. He's fucking nuts. I mean, he's out there, to be honest. And there's a quote by Pareidolia Pete where he just makes me laugh. I just don't know. This is why he's part of the show every damn week now, because he's just crazy. He says this: it does take years of practice and patience to allow your eyes to adjust to not only black and white photos, but to search for similar signs and structures that I have found in the past 10 years. It's almost like the definition of pareidolia, Pete. It really is. Similar signs of structures, that's pareidolia. He just defined it for us. Nuts. The guy is nuts. Do you blame him? No. A lot of people buy into the conspiracies, right? A lot of people spend millions and billions of dollars when it comes to this topic. But he should be happy. Well, he's not in the U.S. We know he's out in, I don't know what, Philippines, Malaysia, somewhere out there. He's out there in the protected from everyone, I guess. Yeah. So the thing is, this thing about the moon is something else. So my question to you guys, those of you who have this wild-eyed look when you hear about the moon, do you believe that there are bases? The other day we were talking about this on the Thursday Freakout. It was either this past week or the week before, and there was someone in the live group chat talking about the conspiracy that when the Apollo missions occurred, that they were told by E.T. to leave the moon alone. Get out. You know, like in some kind of like a scary movie or something like that. You know, they heard the whisper and never come back. Again, that is a conspiracy theory that's crazy. It just leads into so many things, but it ultimately comes back to aliens, right? But then you have the same people about ET and they don't fucking believe in it. I don't understand. It is crazy. What's your opinion when it comes to the moon and aliens? Do you think there's bases? Do you think anything really happened during the Apollo missions? If you do, and you want to share that, number one, you can always hit me up on any of the social media accounts at UFO Buster Radio on Twitter, at Manny Moonraker on Instagram, the Facebook pages, UFO Buster Radio, Manny Moonraker, and UBR Truth Seekers, which is the Facebook group, and also Discord, which is in the description. Actually, the link to all these things are in the description. Send me a message. Even on YouTube, I get messages all the time. What's your opinion on this? And maybe we'll drag this into the Thursday Freakout, which will also include, fingers crossed, a recap of the Norm's visit to the Clown Hotel. And by the way, tomorrow I'll have a link to his channel on YouTube so that you can see his initial report while he was there at the Clown Hotel. Listen, I'm okay for visiting places during the day, but for damn sure, I am not going to be staying in any of those places overnight. I guarantee you. It's not that kind of a party for me. But thank you guys for listening. This is the end of the episode. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about space because there are some cool things happening in SpaceX, of course, in South Texas, because there's another hop that might be happening anywhere from Friday through Sunday. But the actual Starship is it's a different shape than what we saw the last time. It's a bit shorter, apparently, but the one after that is going to be huge. With that, I bid you adieu. Ciao. Farewell.
Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, it's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I pull up and I and I'm swerving. If a try to holler, she gon' curve him. We came from under rugs like a Persian. We been staying in our lane, ain't no merging. Rapping like I'm turban. Yeah, these all square like Irvin. Yeah, we grew up in the hood, no Suburbans. If I say I need my money, then it's urgent. Yeah, they want me to quit. Yeah, they want me to shift. But as long as I'm alive, we gon' keep on making hits. While they steady shooting bricks, man, it's lit. Yeah, it's lit. Me and Dale back to back, and yeah, I'm dishing the assist. Yeah, they talk a lot of but we really with the lame. Always gonna be reaching for they hit, smoking like a clip. They can never catch me slipping. Every time your girl around, she be watch the way I'm dripping. Try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I'm in flex mode with the best, though. That's a major key, that's a chess move. I'm your favorite G, I think it's best, yo. Stop with all the grilling, I'm on jet fuel. Taking off, clear the runway, now they cannot clip my wings. Yeah, they soft, they ain't homie, they ain't even on the scene. Play it smart, they don't know me, they just know what they see. What it costs to get flea, but this style ain't free. This that swag, this that splash, one wrong move, that's Do the dash, keep a stash, just in case they tryna flash. Never lag, we don't slack, tell her I was running back. I don't brag, I'm relaxed, I'm not into all of that, yeah. It's really just the fam and my dogs, I just gotta make a call. I ain't into all that chatting, not at all, not at all. Yeah, I put that on the squad, we been out here going hard. We on deck, please don't make 'em. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name.